Let's talk about sleep. How exactly I sleep with chronic insomnia, chronic pain, chronic fatigue. So I have to preface this with a couple of things. Fibromyalgia is a whole of life, complex, holistic illness. You've got to manage a lot of things. And the sleep problem is unlikely to be magically fixed with good sleep hygiene and not doing silly things to kind of sabotage your own sleep and all that sort of thing. But if you clean up your sleep hygiene and put in good habits and work with your doctor either alongside or after you've tried that to figure out better ways to sleep, whether that's through medicine or eliminating other issues, like whether you have restless leg syndrome or sleep apnea or whatever, you can work together getting it all sorted. So sleep hygiene is really important because if we're going to have insomnia anyway, you don't want to compound the issues by not having good habits and practices in place. So let's talk about exactly what I do. So basically, I have this kind of mindful nighttime routine, which I recommend doing, and I do pretty much the same thing every single night. So I've kind of cued my body. Now, we have to talk about the fact that I'm on low dose naltrexone, and low dose naltrexone is the first thing ever in more than 15 years to help me sleep. I now sleep in more than 1 hour blocks, and that wasn't possible before. So for me, working on that has been a really big deal for me. Something my body obviously needed. But in addition to that, I don't have caffeine after lunch. I don't exercise very late in the day. I follow all of those general sleep hygiene rules that you will find and that I list. I'll put a blog post below going through all of that information. And then when I'm actually getting ready for bed, so I take my magnesium about an hour before bed so that that can kind of get ready to kick in and help my system relax, and I take my low-dose naltrexone. Then I do my evening wind down, your little hygiene rituals where you clean your teeth, wash your face, all of that stuff. And then I hop into bed with my heat pack and with my eye mask. I've got myself an eye mask and I found that really useful. Just that subtle pressure on my eyes helps me to relax, and it's become a bit of a sleep cue. And then I do a body scan meditation. So that's where I kind of imagine every bit of my body, like all of it, relaxing and releasing and being calm and ready for sleep. I'll also do a few stretches in bed. So I'll hug my knees into my chest and stretch out my legs and my lower back. And when I have finished my yoga teacher training, I'm excited to make a class for bedtime yoga so that I can share what I have been doing there. But basically, by the time I get halfway through my body scan meditation, I'm gone. I am asleep. And then whenever I wake up again in the night, whichever child has woken me up, or if I've just woken up because I have to go to the bathroom or I need to change my pillow because my neck is hurting, I do the body scan meditation again and go back to sleep. So that's what I do exactly. And it's really interesting because even with a 10-month-old who doesn't sleep through the night consistently, a 5-year-old who's getting up because of growing pains, a 2.5-year-old who's getting up because he's just realized he can get out of bed, and my husband whose alarm goes off very early in the morning that I don't even consider it morning. With all of these things, I'm still sleeping better than I ever did before. So I sleep in a few hour blocks and it makes such a difference. So of course, like I said, there's the low dose naltrexone. So there's those big things going on that you've got to work with your doctor for, but then there's also all of those little choices that you can make every single day that make a difference. So I encourage you to look into those things. Let me know below, do you have a bit of a routine that you follow every day? Is there anything here that you've learned that you now want to try? If you are interested, if you are kind of fresh at the beginning of the whole idea of sleep hygienes and mindful routines before bed and improving your sleep and all of that kind of thing, I do have a great sleep workbook to help you work through all of that stuff, and I'll put a link to that below. It's just basically all of my knowledge from my course, the Sleep 101, into a workbook form, and then you can just work through it and make your plans and also track your sleep to make sure that you are actually improving and notice what is working, because you don't want to just keep throwing things at it, you want to be targeted. So if you want that, I'll put the link below. Come and join the Melissa versus Fibromyalgia Facebook group if you want to chat about these things. We're chatting pretty much every day about managing fibromyalgia as well as possible. And I would love, love, love if you would like and subscribe and check out my other videos and check out the over 200 blog posts on melissaversusfibromyalgia.com. It's highly likely I've written about whatever it is that you're working on at the moment.